It's perfectly.
By the way, if anybody's wondering what happened to the rest of my body, I haven't been paying my full tier lately.
Oh, no. Yeah, they got your feet, man. They start with the feet and they work their way up.
Just so you know, lots of stuff is missing here. All right, let's bring up CatBoy to finish out the show, and then we'll all go watch the Hillary and Bernie show. Oh, the Hillary and Bernie show.
The Hillary and Bernie show. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that Clinton said that the Hillary is actually helping out with Bill's sex life these days? You know what she's doing?
No.
Calls 1 hour before she comes home. I was actually, who here has been to a karaoke sim lately? This was a big thing back when Voice was brand new. Then it died out. Now they're making a comeback. I saw one. I checked it out when I was right after I was hanging out with Why Not at that. By the way, the Smash Up Derby last weekend was awesome. It was zombie themed. What is it this week? No, wait. Last week was monster themed. This week is zombie themed. The Smash Up Derby. Oh, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But I went to a karaoke sim, and I was real surprised to find out that this is still a thing. Now, who here knows who Archer is from the cartoon Archer? Anyone know Archer? Okay, right. Well, you know what Archer's thing is that the guy had an Archer avatar while he's singing, and he's trying to sing the song Danger Zone, but he keeps screwing it up. Like, he can't get it right. Like, 6 times they tried. You know what they did? They kicked him out of the sim. They said, you've exceeded your maximum number of login attempts. Login? Kenny Loggins? He's the guy who wrote the song. Kenny Loggins? Okay. You know, they hear that 75% of men don't get enough fiber. To that, I say tough shit.
Oh.
All right. Joke for you. The Lone Ranger and Tonto. I remember. I miss these jokes. We used to tell them all the time when I was a kid. This might be one of them, but I don't remember it. The Lone Ranger and Tonto were riding on their horses when Tonto falls off. He lands in a ditch. The Lone Ranger walks up and says, Tonto, are you okay? But Tonto has got his ear to the ground, and he remains quiet. And the Lone Ranger repeats himself, Tonto, quietly, are you okay? And Tonto goes, Buffalo, come. The Lone Ranger says, you can tell that just by listening to the ground? And Tonto says, no, ground very sticky. Okay. A little kid walks in on his parents making love. Very shocked he sees that his naked mom was bouncing around on top of his dad. Mortified. The mom tells him to go to his room. After a few minutes, the quick thinking, she says, oh, you better speak to the kid. Goes to Johnny and try to explain what he had witnessed. Says, Johnny, your father's belly is so big, every once in a while I have to bounce around on top of him to push it back in. And Johnny was just as puzzled as ever, and he said, well, you're wasting your time. Every day when you go to work, Mrs. Jones comes by, and she blows it right back up again. Okay, here's one. This is a political joke. I like this one. A man is lost in a desert, and he tries, as he's stumbling up another sand dune, he comes across a lamp. Genie lamp, what the hell? Right? And he thinks, okay, I've read the book, Genie in the Lamp. He rubs it 3 times, the genie pops out. Thank you so much. The genie tells the man, I've been trapped in that lamp for thousands of years. Since you free me, I will grant you 1 wish. Oh, I thought you get 3. I only get 1 wish. The man kind of grumbles, and he's thinking about his way, and he says, well, I better make this a really good wish. Like something that is going to make the world a better place to live in. Not just something for me, but something for everybody. Right? So, and he says, I better be really, really careful about this, because you know how wishes kind of backlash on you? He didn't want it to be that sort of thing. So he pulls out a map from his pocket, and he asks the genie, you see this part of the world right here? And he's pointing to the Middle East. He said, there's so much violence and turmoil that has lasted for thousands of years there, that it would be like, I would like for there to be peace there for as long as the world exists. The genie simply responds to the man with a tear coming out of his eye, I'm sorry. Even with all my magical power, I cannot make that wish come true. A tear drops out of the poor man's eye. He really wanted to make a difference. The genie goes, well, cheer up. You still have your wish. What else would you like to wish for? And the guy goes, well, what about Washington? Can you make things better there? And Genie goes, okay, let me see that map again. And over the map. Okay, we're going back to the Middle East here. We're going to try and fix this. Okay, here's one. A priest says, oh, okay, I didn't read the intro for this. A bunch of priests, they're all hanging around. 4 priests are hanging around. They're having coffee over at St. Peter's Square, right? And they all have children because these priests were allowed to marry. Some of them can do that. And the first priest says, my son's a priest, and whenever he walks in a room, people say, hello, Father. The second priest says, my son's a bishop. And whenever he walks in a room, people say, Your Grace. And the third priest says, well, my son is a cardinal. Whenever he walks in a room, people say, Your Eminence. And the fourth priest, he looks at his fellows, he says, my son is the Pope. And he walks into a room, everyone says, Your Holiness. So after probably talking about their kids, they look over at the women with them, who's having a drink, and they say, what about you? And the woman says, I have a daughter. She's got a knockout face, a pair of double Ds, a 24-inch waist, and whenever she walks in the room, everyone says, oh, my God.
Okay, guys, we're 3 minutes to go, so maybe we should just call it and let everybody get it together and see you all. Yeah, 3 minutes to go. Bye. Sayonara.
Sayonara. All right, well, I'm going to switch my TV over.